Welcome back to Good Day Big Bear. I'm John Wells.
And I'm Dan Bathurst.
And this is the real estate segment of the show. We are both with EXIT Realty Big Bear. And Dan actually is the owner.
And it doesn't mean anything but more bills, so it's not a big deal.
And I'm just a lowly agent there.
But a good agent.
EXIT Realty has one of the most unique business models anywhere in the real estate world today. So if you're interested in becoming an agent or looking at that, check it out. EXITRealtyBigBear.com is Dan's website.
Yeah.
And your phone number is?
My phone number is 909-878-0522.
And you want to know what really goes on, give me a call.
I notice he's not throwing his number out there.
909-856-0862. Well, good morning, Dan.
Well, good morning, John. How are you today?
Good. Well, we wrapped up January.
And rightfully so. Did a good job on January.
Yeah. And it was a very good month for real estate here in Big Bear.
Yeah. Good start off. It's just kind of following up with where we ended up in December, and last year was a great year for us. So yeah, I think we're off to a very good start. I think people are to the realization now that this is the market.
Yep.
And
it is what it is.
Take it for what it is, and there's never going to be that big bubble again. I won't say never, but it's the idea that. Okay, watching and reading as much as I do about our market, they're guessing by 2015, maybe into 16, that the growth is going to be somewhere around 3%.
Well, there have been a lot of changes over the last 6-8 months. The Fed has kind of gotten involved with a lot of things to try and control that market.
Well, I think what's good about that, I mean, I'm not in favor of the Fed taking over and doing all the things that they're doing, but I see what I think is really happening with the resale market right now is the fact that people are tired of the constant change and the demand and the control and everything else. When you do a resale, you're in control. The agent
you're selling your house
and the client have a relationship where they are the ones that are in control of your destiny. And when you're dealing with a short sale or a foreclosure, and more a short sale than a foreclosure, you're more in line with whatever the government agencies want you to do, and that is really clouding the market right now. I know it's frustrating a lot of agents who I've talked to several agents this last week who just flat don't want to do any more short sales because it's so frustrating to go 3-4 months and I'm one of them, but I will continue to do them because that's what I specialize in. But and I ask that all my agents at least get one short sale so they understand the value of doing one, the frustration of doing one, and trying to keep your composure because I'm not always a great example for that.
The gallery agrees.
Yeah.
No. Well, I got mine, and I got to tell you, 53 days top to bottom.
Yeah.
was amazing.
Amazing. Absolutely.
And it's because I knew the rules. I really think it would have been so easy to mess this up.
Oh yeah.
By thinking it's regular real estate.
And it really is up to you to absorb as much information out of it as you can and make sure that you have everything in line and all before you even start. And I think that's the advantage that you had there in your deal. And I think that was a good education.
It was wonderful. Yeah. Well, he's told all of us we need to go out and buy a short sale. Yeah, figure out what to do. My problem was we were gonna do it, fix it up, and flip it, and my lady fell in love with it. So
now you're there.
Now we're there. And residential so far year to date. Now we're only what's today? February 5th.
Yes.
February 5th. So closing out January, there were 61 homes closed so far this year, as composed to 33 last year for this same date.
Yeah.
So this is in the regular real estate market, what we call retail.
Yes.
So that's resales and new construction. 13 of those were cash, so we're 21% in that market, whereas only 7 last year, so it was pretty good. Yeah. Our average square feet is 1,562. Our average price was $22,277,000.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, 074 at $163 a foot. So we're pretty close. Last year we were at $177 a foot for this time. This year we're at $163.
But for the most part, you're noticing an increase in where our square footage is, what we're getting now for what is considered our medium range home sales. are up over
Right.
last year. So
And-
that's inspiring.
Yes, and I think our local realtors, even though we do have some listings from realtors off the hill, are getting much better at pricing a home right where it needs to be, because we're at 97% of listing price. So 97% of what was listed is what they're closing for. So there's not a lot going on, and they're pulling the trigger pretty quick. Things
Yeah.
are moving along really fast.
Yeah, and I think that's a very invigorating time for everybody, because those people that have been sitting on the fence wondering what to do, again, the slow part of our market is the high end, but that's the slow part everywhere.
Well, we did have a closing last week for it was listed at $1,999,500, and it closed at $1,965,000.
Great.
It was on the market for a little while, which you expect with a $2 million home.
Right.
But we had $2 million closing last week, so they're still going on.
And what was our low?
Our low was 80,000. It was listed at 84.9 and closed at 84 on the market 2 days.
Wow.
So
Those
don't dilly-dally.
Yeah,
you
don't.
see something you like, pull the trigger and get
What's
it
that
going.
saying? Procrastination is the biggest thief of opportunity.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
You want to actually keep moving.
And we're still seeing some resale and foreclosure activity, but it's picking up as well.
The short sale range right now it's kind of funny, because to date we've got 11 short sales and 11 foreclosures, which really is that's not a big range, but our cash has dropped considerably. Our cash buyers, only 4 cash buyers in the short sale range, was only 30%, 36%, where for a while there that we were at 50%.
Yeah.
We were
All
at
that last year,
48 for most of the year. In the foreclosures, we have 7 of those were cash. So it's not that 50% range anymore. So we're really doing well there. Our last year we had 31 sold at this same time at $131 per square foot, and there were 6 cash buyers at that time. So we're
Right.
2 down.
Well, I think it's interesting, in the distress sales, you had 22 so far. In retail, we're at 63.
Yes.
That sounds much more healthy.
It's just, again, I think people are realizing that they are in control when they do a resale. And if you notice that the ranges in the resale are up to 244, or actually 277.
Right.
And here we are at 144 is our average price range at $99 a square foot. And then in the foreclosures, 124, which is up a little, but not like it was last year. So
no $2 million sales in there. No $2 million foreclosures.
No, sorry. And again, and that's a good point, simply because if you notice, in the short sales, of course, we're moving up now. The market is moving up to a higher range, because the low range is kind of, it's gone.
Right.
There are not that many homes in the $100,000, $200,000 range. So we're seeing more activity in our highest here in the short sale was 695, listed at 550. So that's telling you there that we're getting the bidding wars going on on the bigger homes with more value, because the people that are out there now realize that those are good deals too. And the people are stepping up, because the homes down the hill are increasing. There's a shortage of inventory everywhere, but those investors and those people that are looking down the hill, they're competing with huge groups of people now.
Yeah.
And you don't get that choice that you had before. So our lowest here in the short sale range was 53, sold at 48 on the market 5 days. So that's just showing you the increase in time. Make a decision. Now is the time for investors, for people who are looking to buy homes. Just to let you know that the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and FHA had a kind of a grip on, if you were to buy a home, you would not be able to flip it. Well, they've reinstated the flipping, because you used to have to hold them for 90 days before they could flip them. But now that is reinstated, so they can, so you're getting more people in the marketplace, because those investors know they will be able to flip. And I think I was talking to Annette Carnes last night. We have a short sale going together, and it was kind of interesting, her take on what is going on in the market as well, that because our government has gotten involved in this bulk sale
Big time.
program. So in the bulk sale, they're her opinion basically is that maybe they're looking at it as they are discouraging some of these short sales and discouraging some of these foreclosures, so they can include them in these bulk sales, so that they can move more inventory, clear it out quicker. But the problem with that is now you're taking into a foreclosure. When they do foreclose on those count as comps.
Right.
And so you can wipe out a whole neighborhood, a whole area by doing these bulk sales, and we don't need them right now.
No.
Inventories are low, so we need to find a way, and we're all fighting against this kind of a thing. So I think that's the big deal right now. And I thought that was a very interesting take on her part.
Yeah. Whatever you do, if you're getting into the market, make sure you get a professional on your side. So many folks try to go this stuff alone, and I got to tell you, it is a full-time job times 2 just to keep up with what's going on in the market today. Whether you get a realtor from EXIT Realty, which you really should do, or any realtor, make sure you get a licensed professional working on your side to make sure you cover all your bases, and it'll lower your frustration rate and increase your success rate.
It takes the burden off you and puts it on us.
I'm John Wells with EXIT Realty in Big Bear. You can visit my website, bigbearexit.com. And this is Dan Bathurst
with EXIT Realty, the owner.
And the phone number for the office is
909-878-0522. And if you'd like to contact me directly by email, you can get me at daniel@exitrrealtybigbear.com.
Or John at bigbearexit.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll bring you another installment next week. And as promised, we're going to be specializing in an individual area. And next week, it's Bear Lake. So don't go anywhere. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.
Have a wonderful day.